Today I'm going to show you how to recreate a very authentic 1940s makeup look. We're not aiming for a high-end showgirl or Hollywood style look here. We're looking for something that's a bit more day-to-day, as we see in these catalogue advertisements of the time. You'll notice the keys to this look are a strong brow and of course the very strong lip, done in a hunter's bow shape. We're not looking for a cat's eye liner here, as is often seen in reproduced vintage looks, but instead we're focusing on the lashes and the brows there only, and highlighting the cheeks too. This is a great way to break yourself into wearing vintage makeup without going too over the top, or if perhaps you're a little scared to try the liquid liner that we see in many of the 50s looks. Let's give it a go. Start with a clean, moisturised face and focus on the areas that we want to give most attention to: the brow, the lashes and the lips. I'm using this Maybelline Ice Studio gel liner today because it's easy to apply and it's also waterproof. You'll see that we need a waterproof liner to do what we call fill-in liner. Liner goes on the top waterline of the eye, underneath the eyelashes, filling in those gaps between the lashes. You can see how effective that is when we see it on one eye as opposed to the other. It is, however, quite gory to watch, so I'll do that one myself and then show you. See? This is how it looks. Now, while the ladies of the 1940s weren't using primer under their makeup, I'm going to today because I need this look to last a long time. Your primer is applied gently with your fingers and smoothed over the surface of the skin evenly. We don't rub this in, it's just to make it nice and even. Now that your primer's finished, take your liquid foundation that matches your skin shade. You'll notice we don't want to go any darker than our actual skin. I like to use these silicone beauty blending tools in order to get a fantastic airbrush type finish. I apply my liquid foundation directly onto that tool and then press that into the skin and work it around. Make sure to cover around your eyes, your eyelids and your jawline as well. You can see the difference it makes on one half of my face already. Now that the base is done, I'm applying a light liquid concealer over the top in the area around my eyes where I want to introduce more light, particularly there in the tear corner section of the eye where we want it to reflect back onto the face. Once you've applied the product, use your concealer blending brush to gently press the product into the skin. This way we're not wiping it away from the area it needs to be. Make sure that you're also using concealer on your eyelid right up to the brow bone, because we want to keep this area nice and sharp and clear. Now that we've finished the base, it's time to decide if we're using a rouge or a powder blusher. Because I want to use a powder blusher, I can put on my translucent powder first. Otherwise, I would put on my rouge at this point. I'm using a Face of Australia translucent powder. You take this, apply it to your kabuki brush and make sure you tap off any excess before pressing into the main areas of the face that you wish to cover. You'll notice that I'm avoiding the eye area, as I don't want to get powder around the fine lines underneath my eyes. Just blend this off. We want to focus on our lashes with this look, but we're not going to use false lashes, as we're not seeing those in those original pictures. So I'm just gently curling my lashes first, then we apply our coat of mascara. Today I'm using 1 by 1 by Maybelline, as I find this gives me a really good, thick but clump-free finish. Focusing mostly on the outside corner lashes, but making sure that you wiggle the brush at the roots as you go for the best curl and the best thickness. You can see how, without using any eyeshadow colour or any liner on the top of the lid, we're already getting quite a dramatic effect, where the eye seems more open, the lashes are lifted and taken out from the edge. It's a big difference from one eye to the other just after we've applied that mascara, so make sure to repeat it on both sides. Now we come to a really critical section, the brows. Very important to get these right. We're going to take our brush to determine where we want the arch to be and how long we want the tail of this brow to be. We don't want to extend this all the way down or past that 90-degree corner from the eye. We want to keep it 90 degrees, end of the brow to the diagonal corner of the eye. Using a brush, groom your brows in an upwards and out direction to make sure they're all sitting smoothly before we apply the colour. Then, taking your brow pencil, start from the inside corner and with small, sharp strokes, you apply that brow. You can see the difference that definition has made from one side to the other. It's time for my blush. I've actually chosen a peach colour, which was very popular in the early 1940s. We apply this to the apple of the cheeks, this round section that you see when you smile. Take your brush and load that up. Then, using a circular motion and a dabbing, apply that colour onto the apple of the cheek. Don't be afraid to go a bit strong with this. Then taking a clean powder brush, blend that blusher until you don't have any harsh circular lines. We're not looking for Lucille Ball here today. Our last and critical step is our lips. Here's where we want to overdraw our lips to create the 1940s hunter's bow look. I start at the base to determine the middle section of the lip. Then, working my way from the bottom outside corner, I come towards the centre bottom of the lip. This helps me see just how large, balanced or unbalanced that bottom lip may be, as we need to balance that up with the top lip as we go. Now, I draw the V in my bow section so I can ensure that it's nice and pointed and we're working towards that section. This is where we want to draw our hunter's bow. It's not a straight line, but rather curved in towards that cupid bow in the middle. By applying the pencil from the outside corner of the mouth, drawing it in towards that V section, we get a beautiful smooth curve, and as you can see, it pushes the skin in the right direction. That way we don't end up with any messy bits at the outside corners. Now, look in the mirror and just make sure that your bow is even and straight. Remember, mouths are dynamic, so the more you move, talk, laugh, these things will change. Now, I'm applying the lipstick. This is Besame Red Hot Red, one of my absolute favourites and one I carry in the salon. This is a very true red with that almost yellow feel, but very bright. The Besame lipsticks happen to have a really nice sharp tip. You can use a lip brush to apply yours if you prefer, but I'm going to use this straight from the tube. Starting from the centre bottom, I gently apply this lipstick, making sure not to go outside the line, but also to ensure that the liner is blended with the lipstick. And I'm done. A very simple yet authentic 1940s daytime makeup look. Next week, I'll have a 1940s Christmas hairstyle for you that you can see a sneak peek of here. So remember to subscribe. I upload new hair and beauty videos every Thursday. Thanks for watching.